Hello everyone, my name is Nick and welcome to Getting Social with Nick. Now for today's video, I'm going to share a project that we've been working on for a while. Now for today's video, we're going to be doing an Instagram profile makeover. And we're going to be going through step by step what we did and how you can apply this to your account. Now for this one, we were hired by a local business. So everything we did, we kept that in mind. Now, when we do these digital makeovers, for this one, it was specifically for Instagram, we always go in with 4 things in mind. Now, the first thing is an aesthetic makeover. Now, we go into Instagram and look at everything. What is appealing, what isn't, what we can improve on, the grid, the link, the stories, the highlights, all of it. That is the first step, because that is the first thing that people see, is the overall aesthetic look of your page. So that is always the first thing that we do. The second thing is functionality. How you can easily navigate from one thing to the next. It is a business, so you want to streamline everything. You want to make everything as easy as possible for a potential client. The third thing is making the business social media friendly. Now, whether that's creating moments within the retail business or creating incentives with your customers to post about their experiences online, whether it's photos, videos, reviews, all of it, we want to set up a plan that gives customers the opportunity to share their experiences online on any platform, Yelp, Instagram, YouTube, any of it. And the fourth thing is the future. This is always just the beginning of our relationship with a client, and we want to discuss what are the next steps, what we want to accomplish from the new look, from the new functionality. You always want to look ahead. Now, to quote Mark Zuckerberg, where Facebook is like fashion, it's constantly evolving. With your Instagram and your digital presence, it's always evolving. You always are going to be doing something new, but it's good to build off of a very good foundation. So those are the 4 things that we do whenever tasked with a project like this. Now we will show a side-by-side comparison at the end. I'll throw a timestamp in the description if you just want to skip ahead, but let's get into it. Now we briefly discussed the outline of how we go into each one of these projects. So now we're going to kind of dive into each section. So the first section is the aesthetic makeover. Now looking at the initial profile, there was a lot of pluses and a lot of minuses, but there was definitely room for improvement. I'm also not here to throw shade on accounts. You never know what people are working with, and you never know the time allocated. You never really know. So I always go into it that people are doing the best that they can, but I'm here to build upon what they started. Now, some of the first things that I saw that we can improve upon was the grid. The grid was a little clunky. There was no consistent coloring. The grid wasn't aesthetically pleasing at all. There was no color scheme. The content was kind of all over the place. There was no real direction. So we wanted to make sure that we could attack this grid and create something that was more pleasing to the eye, because that's what people essentially look at first. They click on the profile and they scroll down and look at your first couple photos. And you want them to be eye-catching. You want them to continue. You don't want them to see something and then swipe off. So the grid was very important. The link in bio was the next thing that we wanted to change. We usually use Linktree. Now there's nothing wrong with putting your website in the link. It's just there isn't too much that you can do with that at that point. With Linktree, you don't have to change the link at all. You can constantly update and add things to your Linktree. Now, this is not sponsored by Linktree. You can just use one for free. Just use their free tools. There's also other ones that I will put on the screen right now. So you don't have to use Linktree, but you do want to get the most out of your link in bio. And you also want it to be like a custom thing. With Linktree, you can customize your URL, which is awesome. Next was the stories and the story highlights. Now, looking at these, they were not aesthetically pleasing at all. They were kind of all over the place. So we wanted to make sure that we addressed this. We wanted to make sure to showcase each one of their services, and within this business, the level of services. Also the specials, we wanted to showcase some of their specials that they have going on a daily basis and to make it easily accessible. And we also wanted to share customer experiences. So when they tag us on their stories, we want to make sure that other people can see what it's like to be in this business and to get a service similar to what they were thinking about getting. So stories, highlights, highlight icons, And then, of course, to encompass this all is creating new content for them. Now, we specifically had a 2-day shoot. One was lifestyle, one was inside the business. With that, we got about 5 to 10 photos for posts, and then each day, and then also unlimited, not unlimited, but we got a whole bunch of stories for each level of the service, and then also some extra content that we can use down the road, whether it be for new specials or anything basically. Now, the next thing that I want to dive into is the functionality of the profile page. Now, this is often overlooked, but if you think about it, Instagram and other digital platforms, it's your digital storefront, where people, when they walk by your store, that's what they see. When people see you online, this is your storefront. So we want to make it as functional as possible. Now with this, we wanted to make sure everything was within one click. Whether they had questions about services, they can easily see that. They can easily ask a question. If they wanted to get directions or give us a call, everything was attainable through Linktree and also through Instagram itself with the proper address. Also had our phone number ready to go right there. We also created copy for branded responses to common questions that we get online. Now, a lot of people don't do this, but it is essential to streamline a lot of incoming responses. So do not overlook having branded copy. Now, the third way was to actually go into the business and make it social media friendly. Now, specifically for them, we put stickers on mirrors because it's a vanity business. So we put stickers on mirrors to encourage people to take selfies. We also, when you go to open the door, where do you look? You look at the handle. We also had a little sticker on the handle with a QR code right in the middle, so they could easily get access to our review website so they can share their experience. And then we also had some social media moments within the business itself during some events, again, to encourage people to share about their experience. Now, small businesses like these do not have a vast amount of resources for video and photo content. So it is essential to do something like this to improve their digital footprint and not remain stagnant. So giving clients incentives and the opportunity to share about their experiences, this is probably one of the most important things. So not only do we have to worry about the digital storefront, we also have to worry about the actual storefront. All right, now lastly is the future. Now there's a lot of things that we want to do with this page. But one of the most important things that we want to do is build up a following and a presence, not only to reach more people, but to gain more features with Instagram, like links. Links, it's beyond important. We're also working on verification due to the business being featured in magazines and movies. And lastly, what we are going to build is a marketplace to sell services and products online. And this I encourage every business to consider. It's a new world out there and people are purchasing a lot of stuff through social media. So do not overlook whatever your business is, do not overlook this tool and the possibility to sell people directly to the customer, directly online. Now, it will have to be done properly and well, but do not overlook this aspect. So here's a final side-by-side comparison of the two accounts. All right, and that is basically it. That's all I got for today's video. If you are looking for a social media makeover, make sure to hit us up. We'd love to talk with you. If you have any specific questions about the video, make sure to throw them in the comment section down below. If you like this video and you saw value in it, join our social media marketing community. And thank you so much for staying till the end. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Peace.